Hello and welcome to Gaggia TV. My name is Mike and this is Nick.
Hi.
And we've brought today, we've actually brought two machines. We've brought both of the Velascas, the Velasca Black and the Velasca Prestige. And the reason we brought this is because certainly, apart from how they froth milk, they are relatively similar.
Yeah, indeed, they are very similar. The espresso side of it, as with most of our automatic machines, to be honest with you, they are pretty similar. The brew unit that's inside is identical. And we have two dosing buttons here for espresso or espresso lungo.
Which is like on all of our automatic machines.
Correct, you've always got two sizes.
Yeah.
Programmable, remember, so you can make them any length you want.
Yeah.
But we'd recommend like 1 ounce and 2 ounce, 25 for 50 mil, something like that. But it is personal taste, so if you want it slightly longer, slightly shorter, you can do that as well. So we have the two sizes. So to make an espresso, let's do that, shall we?
You're going to make me an espresso?
We'll literally push that button. We've got this set, and again, the screen on here, the digital screen on both of these is very similar, and you have the 5-button strength control, as again on everything from the anima up.
Yeah, so you've got the, you can do it with 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11 grams of coffee.
That's correct, yeah. So, as we've spoken about before, the espresso is a little bit lighter on an automatic machine than you get on a manual machine. A traditional dose is 7 grams.
Yes.
So I always drink mine at 7 grams. I find that quite enough, to be honest with you. But if you want to make it a little bit stronger, a bit more kick, then you can dose it up to 11 grams. But just watch that twice button, 22 grams, it starts to get a lot of coffee.
Yeah.
So this is programmable. So that's the espresso button. That's probably a bit more than an ounce, really, isn't it?
It looks a little bit more, but that's okay.
Ounce and a half. But lovely crema on there, settling beautifully.
Yeah.
And there's your espresso. So we've got the two buttons, and exactly the same with the Velasca Prestige on that side.
Yeah. Where it changes though is this is an automatic espresso machine, bean to cup, but this is what Americans call a super automatic machine.
They do.
Because it's got the milk frothing. It's actually what we might call a one-touch cappuccino machine.
One button, yeah.
And actually, I'm going to cut in right now a picture of the Velasca Black's buttons, and as you can see that there's the espresso and the espresso lungo and steam and hot water and so on, and then you can compare those to the Velasca Prestige's buttons, where actually they're just names of drinks. You can see that as well as your espresso, you've got cappuccino and milk froth and a button for special drinks, and that's because of the carafe, which you're going to demonstrate.
It is, yeah. We're going to do on the milk froth, and as I say, on the traditional Velasca, on the black Velasca, is with the panorama that we use on many of our machines. So you need a jug this sort of size, and I would always use a thermometer as well.
I know, I'm sorry, I haven't got you a thermometer today. I'm sorry about that.
So we just heat and push the steaming button here. And again, this is where we want to get hot water through here as well, so we want to make the espresso into an Americano. That's how we do it. So on the Velasca Prestige, as Mike's already said, there's the great feature of the one-touch cappuccino. So rather than having to do two different things, milk, then your coffee,
you're going to touch it once and make a cappuccino.
Push that button. So this is going to put through, we're pre-grinding the coffee.
Yes.
Now the Velascas are quite a new addition to the Gaggia range. So
18 months old or so?
About 18 months old. Got a slightly improved grinder, actually. They've got 5 settings, 10.
10, yeah, it's 5 on the old ones.
That's right, yeah.
10 on the new ones.
10 on the new ones. So you can get a little bit finer, a little bit coarser.
Yeah.
So again, just for your strength control.
You can really, if you look, okay, I don't want to plug another channel too hard, but Whole Latte Love have a video about dialing in your espresso, and you can really dial in your espresso with these things.
Very much so, yeah.
We'll put a link to that somewhere.
So on the Velasca Prestige, we've pre-ground the coffee, that's ready to go. While that's gone into the brew unit, the milk comes through. Now, I've programmed this, so fingers crossed and all those things, it should fit this cup. But again, this is programmable, so you can put more milk, more coffee, less coffee, personal taste. Once you've programmed the machine, literally that button, push that button. So there's your milk, looks a little bit short to me.
That's okay.
But then we're going to, so that's your milk, and then here comes your espresso.
So you can wake up in the morning very, very groggy, push the button marked cappuccino, and you're okay.
Indeed. You forgot the vacuum seal on the top there?
Oh, we did, yes.
Vacuum seal. So this is a traditional sort of
and that's just a piece of plastic that fits on the top, whereas this has got like a rubber seal around the edge here, only on the Prestige model.
Only on the Prestige model. Keeps your beans fresher for a little bit longer.
But not too much longer, right? I mean, you're only talking 5 to 6 days.
Yeah. Top side,
4,
5, 6 days, something like that. But and it's 250 gram hopper, I think.
Yes, it is.
On this 250 gram hopper.
Yeah.
So with the Prestige, you've got this seal which gives it a little bit longer. So the espresso's gone on top of the milk there. We've got a layer, nice. We've got a lovely layered effect on that one. Almost fills the cup, doesn't it?
It does.
So there's the espresso, and again we can program this. So if we want slightly more milk, we can do that. And as Mike's already said, the buttons on the side there, we've got milk only. So if we want to make hot chocolate, or add a little bit more milk, if we say, oh, that's a bit strong for me.
Yeah, you could put in a little bit more milk with the milk froth button.
Milk comes through. We've got a fantastic little feature on the Velasca Prestige. As with any machine, when you've got milk and you've got heat, you need to keep it clean. You really need to keep it clean. And this has got a deep clean within the menu. We'll show you the menu in a second.
Yeah.
But it's got a lovely little button. I love this carafe quick clean. So we push that. So we just make
I'm
sure
actually going to swap it out for a slightly larger cup.
Small, but okay. We're going to say yes, and this is going to put a little bit of water through the carafe head here, which will just give it a quick clean.
Because it is very important to keep the carafe clean.
So you see there, just a small squirt of water through there. Probably an ounce of water.
Okay. Because this is not a place to long-term store milk, but you might want to put all the milk that you use in a day in the carafe and then keep it in the fridge.
Yeah, I mean if you just pull that out the front, you can see how then
we could go and keep that in the fridge if we wanted to.
Sit in there for a few hours, no problem at all.
Yeah,
It's not thermos or anything like that, but it's a good way of keeping it, and I would recommend don't leave it sat on the machine for more than half an hour.
Yeah, you don't want to warm up
but
milk
you can
too
certainly
much.
pop that into the fridge. And they're very easy as well. If you are running out of milk when you're using when it's frothing or making a cappuccino, you can actually fill it in situ. Just
you can pour your milk in like this.
Even when it's frothing.
Yes.
Even when it's frothing, just waz a bit more milk in there and away you go. So that's a good thing. Obviously, you've got to make sure your water tank's nice and full as well.
Yeah, and both of them come with a pre-ground function, so you can both.
They do.
They both have this ability, this sort of Stanley Kubrick-esque shoot.
Indeed. I mean, all of our machines, bar one,
Yes.
have this really. So other than the Velio, which we've featured elsewhere, all the machines have this pre-ground function. And where you have the bean selector on the front here, you select merely flick it down until you get the little spoon.
The spoonful of grounds.
Basically, that turns the grinder off.
It does.
So now we're ready to put one shot of coffee into there. Now we can select espresso or lungo on that side. So we'll have a quick look at the menu.
Yeah, I think so. I think we should cycle through the menu.
Yeah, I mean they are very similar to other machines really.
Yeah.
So we press the menu button on this one, and we've got the coffee temperature, so we can control the coffee temperature. We've got the standby, so you want it going off after 15 minutes or 3 hours. You've got water hardness. We've spoken about that before.
We have, yeah. So in your kit, when you buy a Gaggia machine, what you're going to get is a little strip, and you can dip that strip in your tap water, and it will give you a number 1 through 4, and that'll tell the machine how often it needs to be descaled. And one of the great things about automatic machines is they pop up on the menu and say, "Hey, you need to descale me now." And for goodness sake, don't ignore that.
No.
We're going to do a whole video on descaling. It's not that difficult.
You can still use them,
but
like Mike says, don't ignore it.
Don't ignore it.
You do need to descale when it says descale. So, but if you do get that and you're desperate for a coffee, you can just carry on and make a coffee, but don't do that for too long. So we've got water hardness there. We've got display contrast if you need it a little bit darker or brighter. And then we've got this little button, this aqua filter button on there.
Oh yes, we're going to talk about those. Yeah.
Yeah, so these go into your water tanks. And again,
Just think we've got any.
Kind of not anti-filters because they do obviously have a job and a function, but you do need to make sure you replace them very, very frequently.
Yes.
And this is very important.
About every month and a half.
Indeed.
Which, given that they are £15 a go, can get quite costly compared to other water filtering methods.
So this is one of the only machines that has a button on it to tell the machine that the water filter's in it.
Yes.
So when it tells it, and then it will give you a count, and it will come up still with a descale button. So that both of those machines are on there. But so we tend to say, test your water, set your water hardness, and go by that. And
because it's still not a replacement for descaling. You still have to descale the machine.
Absolutely, yeah. Yes. And again, some people get a bit too relaxed about it and think, well, I've got a water filter in it, be absolutely fine, it will go on.
Yeah.
We can mould problems, all sorts of problems.
Yes.
So that has got the button to tell it whether it's got a water filter, and then we've got the...
you can start your decalcification run if you wanted to.
The machine tells you to do it, that's within the menu there. So the buttons, I think we're at the end of it. Oh, reset. So that goes back to factory reset.
Yeah.
In terms of length of coffees, etc., etc. So that is definitely it. That's definitely it. We're back to square one there, really. So there we are, back to the coffee button. On the Velasca Prestige, it's a very similar menu, but you've got an extra button as well.
Special drinks, which if you push, it just asks you if you'd like some hot water, and if you say yes, I'd love some hot water.
Very special hot water, isn't it?
It is. It's the most special of all the drinks.
When you make an Americano, it's very special.
Yeah, warm water.
That's it. Yeah.
But what happens there is that the hot water will just come out of the carafe part here.
It sort of bypasses the milk, doesn't it?
It will. The other slightly misleading special drink you can make is baby cappuccino, which is neither a baby chino nor a cappuccino for babies, which we've run through on several occasions. It just means a small cappuccino.
It does.
So if you wanted, it's similar if you're into your automatic espresso machines to a latte macchiato. Yeah. It's like having another milk drink function that you can program.
Basically, that's exactly right. It's another milk drink. So it's not really, it doesn't have to be baby.
You could perversely make your baby cappuccino bigger than your regular cappuccino.
Indeed you can.
If you were that kind of person.
Yeah. Obviously it's factory set to be small,
yes.
But you can then make it longer, so you can make, as you say, like make a larger drink. So you've basically got 2 milky coffee drinks, which you can make as long or as short as you like. So it's fantastic. You know, if you've got a certain cup, I like these cups; they're quite nice. These glass cups, and you could even make a little cappuccino to go into that.
Yes,
that
you
would
could.
Be a baby cappuccino.
That would actually be a baby cappuccino.
I would definitely call that a baby cappuccino. That's on the menu. So that's the other button. I think that's it on special drinks, isn't it, really?
Yes. I mean, that's pretty much it for the entirety of both of the machines.
It is.
Is there anything else you want to talk about in terms of the internals? Because the internals are very similar to the rest of our machines. So if you've seen our video, if you've seen our Anima videos,
you have to wait for that one.
You've got to wait for the Babbler video. That's coming next.
Yeah, I mean, it was all our machines 2-year warranty on all the parts. The brew unit inside is 5-year warranty.
Yes.
And that's standard throughout the range.
It is.
And as Mike says, they're very, very similar in function, really, to that. I like the machine. It's a nice looking machine, nice frontage. Obviously, the stainless steel front or the platform is the other major difference between the two.
I mean, it depends what your kitchen looks like. If your kitchen is crying out for a slightly curvy stainless steel machine, then the Velasca Prestige is for you. If a slightly curvy black plastic one is what you want, then the Velasca Black might be for you.
It could well be.
So
it could well be. But it's a good machine. Lots of good functions on it, and I mean the Prestige is great. I like that a lot. Very, very easy, very simple to use.
If you like the machines, do take a look at the other videos that we've got. We've got all of our product videos in, if you're on our website, in the sidebar, which is over there. It's that way. If you're not in our actual website, then all the links are in the description down below. Follow us on social media. We chat nonsense about coffee. Visit our website, which is www.gaggiadirect.com. And there's also the phone number in our description if you are in the UK and you want to talk to us. Other than that, enjoy your coffee.
Cheers.